Are you daunted by the dispute process? Are you completely unsure of how to write a dispute letter? Are you super confused by what to do, when to do it, and how to do it? That is most people, and 95% of people can repair their own credit, and you do not have to pay a credit repair company. In this video, I'm gonna make it super simple, super straightforward, and super easy for you to dispute items on credit and get them removed, repair your credit, and wipe it clean. If you are interested in seeing how to do this in 3 simple steps, stay tuned. Hey honeybees, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Sierra. I do videos on beauty, lifestyle, and finance. Today, I'm going to be talking about disputing items on your credit report so that you can wipe your credit clean and repair your credit, as well as boost your score by getting unnecessary things off your credit. The last video I did, I talked about getting a perfect credit score in 2019 and how to wipe your credit clean. I will put that video below and above for those of you who missed it, because you may want to watch that video first before you watch this one. Okay, so today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to dispute items on your credit so that you can get them removed. This is the tactic of a lot of credit companies. 95% of people don't need to hire a professional and pay tons of money to get their credit repaired. This is something you can actually do on your own, and today in this video, I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, let's just get right into it. Now, for those of you who are unsure of what disputing actually is or what a dispute is your right as a consumer by FCRA and FTC laws that allow you to dispute something on your credit report if you feel it is wrong or inaccurate. By law, you have this right as a consumer, and most people don't know how to correctly take advantage of this. So many times there can be inaccuracies on your credit report because you are a victim of identity theft, or it's something just that is incorrect. And a lot of times you can correct these things and it will help to increase your score and repair your credit, and you can even wipe out inaccuracies or late payments or collections or things like that from this process. The first step is to pull your credit or to check your credit. You are by law allowed to have 1 free credit report per year from the government. This is their gift to you and your right as a consumer, and that website is annualcreditreport.com. You're not going to get your score, but you will get your full credit report from all 3 bureaus. The government does this so that you can review your credit every year in case there are inaccuracies or in case there are things that you need to monitor. Take advantage of this, get your free report. You get it every year and it's completely free. So definitely the first step is to make sure that you have a copy of your credit report from all 3 bureaus, and that's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Okay, so in step 1, you want to make sure you have a copy of your credit report in front of you, and you want to thoroughly review each and everything that is on your credit report for each of the bureaus. Now, you want to take an evening when you have some time and you want to just sit down and literally go through with a fine-tooth comb. And things that you're going to look out for are inaccuracies or delinquencies. So if you see that a creditor has late payments on your account that are inaccurate or that you want to dispute, circle those or highlight them. If you see a creditor has an incorrect address for you or an incorrect name, if you see an incorrect account, this is really important to make notice of and circle, highlight, whatever you need to do. That's big because these are the items you are going to dispute. Now, as you are doing this, definitely look out for, like I said, late payments, collections, any kind of delinquencies. You want to look at any judgments, any tax liens, things like that, and definitely things that are not accurate or don't belong to you. Because if you have accounts that don't belong to you and they're on your credit report, you may be a victim of identity theft. So these are things that you want to look out for right away. Step 2. So the second step is to tell the credit reporting company in writing what you think is inaccurate. I have linked a sample dispute letter below because I know many of you are unsure of how to format your dispute letters. When I say to put it in writing to the credit company, Literally, I want you to write it out. And the reason I want you to do this is because there are so many templates and things like that online, and I want you to take mine and use it as a guide. You can even write it out if you want, but these credit reporting bureaus have technology where they can scan documents for plagiarism, or if something looks too similar to another dispute letter, and they will automatically disregard it or they won't take it seriously. And so you want to make sure that you are actually writing by hand your dispute letter. Also, disputing online I don't recommend, because if you dispute something online, you are not able to dispute something again if the credit company verifies that it's accurate, or if they decide they're going to leave it on there or not change it. If you do dispute online, then you are not able to redispute afterwards. So I recommend writing in hand your dispute letter. Hey, if you guys are still watching, pause for a second and make sure to hit that red subscribe button down there, or that pink subscribe button on the watermark in the video. Also hit the bell button for notifications so you'll know when I upload my next finance video. All right, back to the video. You also want to include copies of documents that support your position. So for example, if you have a payment that's marked as late, that you know for a fact is not late, include a payment receipt or a payment confirmation showing that you paid it on time. For example, I live in Louisiana, and there were instances when I was going through major life disasters like floods or hurricanes, and for some reason or another something slipped through the cracks. Provide documentation. So I provided all of my FEMA documentation, just documentation to show that, you know, I lost my car, and just different things to support the reason why I am disputing it. So if you can provide documentation, I recommend at all times provide some sort of documentation to support your claims of inaccuracy. Okay, some things to include in your dispute letter are your complete name and address. You also want to include the complete name and address of the credit bureau that you are disputing with. Your letter should clearly identify each item in your letter that you are disputing. State the facts and explain why you dispute the information, and request that it be removed or corrected. So state the item, state why it's inaccurate, and state what you want the credit bureau to do. Whether that's to completely remove the item or to correct the item, make sure you make it clear what you want them to do about it. You may also even want to include a copy of the credit report with the specific item or inaccuracy circled. This is only going to help your case. Think of it as you almost are like a lawyer, and you are presenting your case. You're presenting why what they found to be true is wrong, and you're providing evidence and documentation to show why. Now, this is super important. You want to send your letter by certified mail with return receipt requested so that you can document that the credit reporting agency received it. This is super important because once you dispute an item, it's very time sensitive, and I'm going to explain about that a little bit more, but definitely send it certified mail so that you can know exactly when the credit reporting company receives it. Also, keep copies of your dispute letter and any documents that you have enclosed with it. By law, credit reporting companies have to investigate your claim within 30 days. They also are required to forward all the relevant data that you provided to the company or creditor or organization involved. After the creditor receives that data that you sent to the credit bureau, they are required to investigate and provide results to the credit reporting company. If they confirm that the dispute is valid, then they are required by law to notify all three credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, so that it can be corrected on your credit report. When the investigation is fully complete, the credit reporting company must by law notify you of the results, and if something was changed on your credit report, they are required by law to provide you with a free copy of your credit report so you can see what has changed or what's been deleted. This is a little known fact, but if something was corrected on your credit report, you can request that the credit bureau send a notice of the correction to anyone who has received your credit report in the past 6 months. So if you applied for a car and you were denied possibly because of an inaccuracy on your credit report, the credit bureau can send a notice of the correction to that company. That time they can reevaluate your credit report and your application, and you may possibly be able to get approved this time with the corrections. You also can ask the credit bureau to send notification to any employers that have obtained your credit report in the past 2 years. Now, if the creditor reports to the credit bureau that the information is accurate and they disagree with your dispute, you do have the right to dispute it again and dispute it again. So this is where the patience and the determination is going to come in. So step 3 is if you are not able to get it removed or corrected, dispute it again. If you can provide even more evidence or you can provide further documentation, and this is going to help your claim. Find out why they denied the dispute, and if there's anything else that you can do to make your claim more valid, then you can do that. Otherwise, just go ahead and dispute it again after the 30 days. At this point, you really have to monitor the time frame from when the credit bureau receives your dispute to when you receive the results. If they do not give you the results within 30 to 45 days, by law, you have the right to get that removed no matter what. This is a tactic a lot of credit repair companies use because really to the company, they may not decide they want to spend the time investigating into it, especially if it's a collection. That means they then have to go to the original creditor and investigate that. The original creditor has to investigate, and there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of investigation and paperwork involved. And sometimes companies just either don't have the information or they don't want to take the time out to provide that. And a lot of times that is how you can get disputed items removed off your credit as well. So this is pretty much the complete idea of disputing. You'll want to dispute up to 3 times, and I find that if you dispute 3 times, you can usually get something removed. And if you're not able to get it removed after 3 times, then maybe you should possibly resort to getting it settled or pay for delete, which I talk about in my last video. So if you are confused about what a pay for delete is, then definitely watch that video. So yeah, I think that people make it a lot more complicated than it is. Really, you are just pointing out things that you feel are not valid on your credit report. You're providing evidence why, and you're remaining persistent about it. And if it doesn't work, if you've gone through all that and it doesn't work, you at least know that you fought to get things corrected. Honestly, that's really all it takes. The whole dispute process comes down to your willingness to put in the effort and the knowledge and the determination. And really, I've made it simple for you because I have provided you guys with a free download of a dispute letter template, as well as directions on exactly what you need to put in the dispute letter, and it just makes it super, super simple. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe because it lets me know you guys like this content and it lets me know I need to make more. Also, make sure you hit the bell button so you can get notification of when I do upload another finance, credit repair, or wealth building video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.